Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barno. I hope everyone is doing well. Tonight I'm going to be doing a double replay for our war recaps, and that's our war win 218 and 219 I think it is. So I'll go through them both pretty quickly, try to make sure this isn't too long. You can see versus Citra DS there, quite a convincing win. Not a very huge attacking clan. We only had the 3 Town Hall 10s up top, as we did have our higher strength guys, 80 Dave and Shine, over and above and beyond in the organised war versus Mariana Trench. Feel free to go and check that anytime. Great war, lots of good attacks and good bases and all kinds of stuff. So for us here, we had a 3-star by GoHog on their number 2. It's good to get him back into wars and getting used to these. And then we had a lot of 3-stars first hit on Town Hall 9. So we'll get straight into those. Let's have a look at GoHog. I've only seen this once, so I'll sort of go through it as I can. Looks like a fairly reasonable Town Hall 10. You see the donut base, and it's good to see that we've got GoHog, who took quite a bit of a break. He's getting into his Valks, and he's smashing out 3 stars on the donuts, because that's what they deserve ultimately. You can see an early freeze there. The heal, I'm not too sure what that was intended for. It didn't really do much, but you just see those Valks just absolutely take control. And the Queen at the backside there with the healers that stuck on her. So the Valks are starting to drop off now. Nothing major on the tail in like loons or minions or anything like that. But the old angry rangers, they're going for it. They're getting the 3. I'll just turn this volume down. It's just a touch too high. I got myself a coffee, settling in to do my recap. And there we go, the big fat 3-star for GoHog. Well done, mate. Now I've got a bit of a list. Let's have a look. I'm going to play quite a few here. I think I've got 4 Town Hall 9s to show in this war. We'll start with one of my attacks on number 4. This is a variation, but a fairly staple army for me. So you see quite near to max, 69k base, mid-level Town Hall 9 heroes, so quite mid to high I should say. So you see what I'm going to go with here is a 4 healer Queen Charge. You can see now as well I've got the 4 healers, and you know that with 2 healers you're going to go down, but you get used to your walking. Do this farming. Do the Super Queen farming, and you get used to knowing how long you can judge your healers for. So we'll speed that up a little bit. You see a minion over the side there, a minion down the bottom. That's getting used to all the herding that I want. You see another couple on the side, on the right-hand side there, clearing over there for me. So that's all going to help. So I know I'm coming into the clan castle now. So I'm going to prep up the poison and prep up the rage. And you see why? Because that dragon, 2-point defense. And then also I'm going to walk into the enemy queen next, and eventually into the king. So you don't want to be too low to go for that. So you see some positional on the Valks there, making sure I'm getting into those air defense. This strategy works on keeping your healers alive. So you've got no heals for your actual Valks if they run off or detour. So there is a lot of variation in this raid, sometimes taking that 7th healer where you've got one just for a bit of funny play if your Valks all spread off is a good thing to do. So yeah, pretty straightforward 3-star there. It's becoming a very staple army for me at the moment. We'll have a look next at Shine's hit on number 5. Sorry, I should say Phoenix is Town Hall 9 alter ego, and he's gone in with a Queen Walk GoVaHo. Excuse me, Queen Walk GoVaHo. So why did I like this attack? A good chunk of Valks. Pretty sure it's just the one golem. So he will take the clan castle Valk. So it's a good amount of Valks, a dozen Valks. So 12 angry redheads is quite strong. Now where are we? Multiple devices open. Trying to make sure I'm getting my farm going. So he's going to bring his queen down the bottom here. And I do like the fact that he's throwing out a wizard and Valk to try and get that, just to help keep that queen going along. So good amount of wall breakers. He used 1 test and then the 3 to get past that archer tower. Good rage for his queen there. Doesn't need the poison. Probably could have used it. and that queen sitting at the back there of his ground, and you see the Orangers going for it. So that one rage, where's he going to use his heels? Going to be for his hogs. So you see that heel going there. That's great coverage. He knows he's got his king, who's got a lot of soaking points in the side, in the middle. Queen's on the right hand side, and then the hogs needed that to get through. So brilliant timing there. It's a great raid, Mr. Phoenix. Bumped down by Bondo 82 recently in war standings. Where are we? What did I want to do? We had a special visitor. I'm going to show his attack because it's something different. Well, not super different, but it's a shattered GoHog, and a good variation of it. So he's done well with this. You see the one hog lure didn't get all the clan castles, so he's gone the second hog, and it's got it there. So it's a wizard, dragon, and 6 archers. It goes up top there, so he's using minions, which I'm not entirely sure why I chose to use the minions there. Maybe because they're going to keep going on the side there and not worry about those cannons. He does have to cover those. So you see that first poison go down, that covers the dragon, that covers the enemy queen. The second golem has died, and both his heroes are taking a bit of fire now, but he did that well where he hogs up top as well. So that was to sort out that golem. So that leaves him his top golem to run and reposition itself back through midfield. And it must be all the giant bombs down the bottom by the looks of it. A good heal there at the top. That's covered his hogs as well as his golem that was there at the same time. And you see the hogs clear through. Must be split bombs. So it's a good attack there. Dion, well done. Dion's in a leader of another clan, and he just stopped in to say hello. Okay, I just had to pause that and my video stuffed up. So I just had a call from the missus. Always good. Talk to the wifey so I don't get in too much trouble. So let's have a look here. And that was Dion. We've got some exciting stuff on the weekend. We're going to be doing a 50 versus 50, and we've got Dion's clan coming in to have a look with us, so it should be a fun war. Now, this was the last one I'm going to show for this war. It was Cone's Stoned GoHog on their number 13, so it was a fresh hit. All the attacks I've showed tonight were fresh for the Town Hall 9s. He used the 2 loons up the top. I like that because that split there and possibly got rid of a double giant bomb spot, or even at least one giant bomb, as people are getting a bit tricksy at the moment. So you do see the 2 golems come in to start off with. He herds quite well with his wizards there, and also on the other side probably could have put one more additional wizard on that Dark Elixir barracks, but left it there. Now you see he takes the rage because he's got no poisons or anything like that. That's how he works the combo generally. And has done it really well. So you see old Jimmy Bob, he's just about down, and the queen, she's unfortunately taken the aggro from that Tesla, and that's going to drop her down quicker than he wanted, and she's going to ultimately get stuck on a couple of trash buildings. But you see some good healing and hogs down the bottom there, so you do see it started with that, and they were utilising the golems. Maybe could have hogged from the right hand side first, and then saved his queen and allowed her to keep going whilst those golems are tanking, because currently those golems are tanking and nothing's killing the defences. So that's something we always need to keep in mind. Everything's buzzing for me. So you see now that second heal was great. It's got those hogs through that. It was only a single giant bomb there. I don't actually know where the 4th one was, so maybe he did split it off. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that one there. Well done, Cone. It's good to see a 3-star. He's been working on his queen by the looks of it. Corner building huts. A lot of their bases did have them. So that was that war. And we'll go in now. We're going to go backwards to go forwards. And this is versus a South Korean clan, South Korean best. Only by 5 points, so beat them by the 5 stars. They did really well. They did use a few Town Hall 10 hit downs, and that's kind of left them out at the end. A 61% no chance to re-hit that Shine Eternal at that stage. They hit it 98 on Bando 81B, so I think I might have to look at retiring that base yet again. It's really hard at the moment as a Town Hall 10 defending 11s that know what they're doing. So you do see a couple of our Town Hall 9s missed there. That would have put them at 69 points. So for us, they had 3 Town Hall 11s and they had 1 Town Hall 10, whereas we had 2 11s and 3 10s. So we did have an advantage. 3-starred everything down the bottom and some good percentages on their top Town Hall 11s. So let's get straight into it. Just the 2 replays for this one. And I'm going to show, this was a toilet raid, and you're pretty happy to get the 3 stars with no volume and trying to sneak it in quickly. And obviously 1 hog didn't get in down the bottom, so needed to make sure I used 2 hogs again. So used a lot of my hogs, didn't really save any for the tail, but see I draw it up to the queen. Standard draw for me. I don't take a poison for that kind of a CC. I'll take a wizard instead, stack it up, and you're going to get that hound down hopefully quicker than before the loon gets there. So a few buildings cleared to make sure the queen's going well. I'll make sure I get the earthquakes opening into that multi-inferno, and then I've got Valk Stout to come out and push everything through the middle, and then I've got to jump for the second part to get the hogs into the other inferno. Good use of the Warden Eternal Tome there. That's allowed my Valks and everything to tank for a very long time. Unfortunately, the healers went all over the place, and that's the risk you take, shoving everything down the guts of a base. But yeah, the queen, she drops down, doesn't really get enough time to get to full health. She's all over the place, she's moving around, chopping things up. Sometimes it's nice when your queen does get stuck on walls because it gives the healers a chance to be able to heal them up. But yeah, you see through there, old Jimmy Bob does the job. Now, let's have a look. I've just got 1 Town Hall 9 to show this war, and that's Juddy's attack on number 12, and I think this was a stoned GoHog. And what was funny was he gets a huge amount of use out of his king. I was quite surprised he did get it as far as he did, considering how early he drops it down. So, good use here. I like how he's allocated the wall breakers just to test one, and then made sure it goes for that cannon. Queen didn't go down too early. Probably could have used some minions on that elixir storage, and possibly also on that collector on the right hand side there, but the wizards got through and they clear it through as well. So it had to be an early use on old Jimmy Bob, otherwise he wouldn't have lived much longer. Poison goes down, witch in the clan castle with a few other things. Now he gets good use out of that rage, so the golems get it for quite a while, Jimmy gets it for quite a while, and you see he's gotten quite well into that base. And this is what I was talking about, actually hogging into your golems. So you're chasing your golems. They're what's tanking for you. They're what are actually taking the damage. So then that way there's less pressure on your hogs. And that's what I liked about this raid. That first heal looked a little bit questionable, but he did get some good usage out of it. Probably a little bit heavy on the hogs up the top there. Could have maybe held on to a couple. But then that second heal is going to come in here now. No, he holds on to that for quite a while. There it is there. There's still all the skelly traps left, but it's all over Red Rover. So that's what I was talking about before with Cone's attack. When you can chase your golems, I've called it that in a different series, but you're using those 3 tanks to the best ability you can. So while they're taking damage, you've got a few hogs in there doing the job. So yeah, great attack, Judd. That was a fresh hit, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that we did have many other fresh hits for the war. But that's about it for us. So, as always, if you do like the recaps, please subscribe. And I hope you guys have had a bit of a laugh and clash on.